How's it going, kiddos? Handsome Jack Boy here, bringing you guys the third episode of my Borderlands Hybrid Weapons Guide. And in this episode, I'm going to be covering the Dove Hornet. And I know what you guys are thinking right now, like, wow, is this actually happening? Is HJB finally covering the Dove Hornet? And the answer is yes, I'm actually doing it. So now, I would normally have like a little live reaction bit before the intro of me, freaking out over getting the gun to drop and whatnot. But the thing is, I never got this gun to drop. I actually had to have a buddy of mine dupe it to me. He goes by Mr. Grimjow. You guys probably already know who he is if you've been around on my channel for a while. He's a cool dude. You should definitely check him out. He's actually one of the custom content creators for Borderlands, if you didn't know. I will leave a link, or two links in the description. One that will take you to his thread on the Gearbox forums where you can just check out his custom weapons and gear. But there will also be a link in the description taking you to his YouTube channel. He's got all sorts of Borderlands content over there, including a Let's Play, so you should definitely check it out. But anyways, going back to what I was talking about, I actually had to have someone dupe me this gun. And you're probably wondering, like, why? Did you just give up farming it? Yes, you guys probably won't believe this, but I killed Slither, which is the boss that this thing drops from, by the way, 3,000 times. 3,000 freaking times. Even after that, I still haven't gotten the gun to drop. So that just goes to show right there, that this thing is not worth farming for. And you guys will see in the gameplay footage that it is a pretty good pistol. I just will say right now that it is a pretty dang good pistol, but it's not worth it, obviously. It's just not worth it. You can try it if you want, but I'm just saying it's not a good idea. You don't want to waste your time like I did. It really is just a time waster. It's possibly the rarest gun in Borderlands. It's so hard to obtain, at least through vanilla means, or at least through Slither. There's actually another way of getting this gun, and I will go over that in a second, but if you want a level 69 version of the gun, you have to farm Slither. But speaking of the gun, let's actually talk about it. So the Dove Hornet, if you guys don't know, is a hybrid between the Dove and the Hornet, which should be obvious at this point. The red text, as you can see, is the same as the Hornet. It's pretty much both guns together. That's what a hybrid is usually when you have a unique that spawns with a legendary accessory, and that is what we have here. There are some exceptions to this, though. I believe there is like 1 or 2 pearlescents that can spawn with a legendary accessory, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know for sure. But anyways, if you want to know more about the Dove and or the Hornet, I do have videos covering these guns, and I will leave the link in the description and maybe as an annotation if I don't forget. Screw it though, I'm just going to move on to the gameplay. You guys have been staring at this image for like 3 minutes now, and you're probably getting bored at this point, so yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the gameplay. Now, one thing I'm not going to do in this video is show you guys how you can farm for the Dove, because I've pretty much already covered that in my guide on the Dove. So again, if you want to check that out, there'll be a link in the description and maybe as an annotation. We'll see. But there's actually 2 ways you can get the Dove Hornet. You can get it from farming Slither, or you can get it as a quest reward from turning in alter ego something monsters. I can't remember. It's a side mission, which is basically the side mission that has you go out and kill Slither. Now, the best way to go when it comes to farming this gun, it's kind of up to you. Like, if you are max level and you want a max level version of the gun, then you're going to obviously want to farm Slither. But if the level requirement doesn't matter to you, like let's say you are maybe playing through the game or something, or you just want to get the gun, then farming the mission is the best way to go. And there is a third option, and that's having somebody dupe it to you or making it in Willow Tree if you're on PC. That is probably the best option out of all 3, because it's just the easiest and you don't have to waste any time whatsoever trying to get this semi-good gun. It really, I mean, if you look at the gameplay here, let's move on to what I think about this gun now. If you look at this gameplay, it's doing pretty good. It's doing pretty good, and this is without any sort of class mod that is boosting my corrosive damage. I do, however, switch to the Plague Bearer class mod. I think after I kill this group of enemies, I switch to it. And it actually makes the gun do a lot better. And I was not expecting it. It kind of turned the weapon into a defiler that's, instead of being semi-automatic, was 3-round burst and had unlimited ammo. And if you ask me, that's pretty dang insane. But this is assuming that you have a Lilith, and I know a lot of you guys out there don't have a Lilith. So what I'm trying to say is Lilith is, in my opinion, the best class to get this gun on, just because of the fact that she can increase elemental effect damage. But if I had to choose a second best class, I'd have to go with Mordecai, just because one of his skill trees focuses specifically on pistols, and since this thing is a pistol, you can kind of see where I'm getting at. Now, my overall verdict on this gun, it's good. Let's just keep it simple, put it at that. This video is actually going on for long enough. I took way too long with the introduction, and I apologize about that. But yeah, it's good. It's not great. I don't think any of you guys really need to worry about getting this thing unless you're just like some weapon collector or something. You just have to have all the weapons in this game. Then cool, but I'm not one of those people. I don't care, honestly. I'm actually to that point where I just don't care, because I've spent so much time farming this gun already. I almost burned myself out of Borderlands farming it. I'm not gonna lie, I almost burned myself out from farming. So you guys better be thankful I'm still playing this game. I'm still doing these videos, because yeah, it could have taken a turn for the worse. That's pretty much going to wrap it up though, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe for more, and I'm out of here. Peace!